Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining me on my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. You are watching a general love reading for the sign of Capricorn for this upcoming week in September. Today is September 22nd, 2020. So this is a general love reading, and that means that it can apply to just about anything in your life, relationships or otherwise. I want to remind my viewers to be flexible with the energy. You can mix and match the roles within the reading regardless of the gender of the cards. And that means you can be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards. This might mean that you feel like I'm reading for you, but you could feel like you're cross-watching instead. Parts of the reading may resonate for you, other parts may not. So take what does and leave behind what doesn't. My simple intention is that I reach those that need this message and will in some way, shape, or form benefit from the message. That's why I have my YouTube channel. It's fun for me. I enjoy it. But I also hope that there's something positive to be gained out of doing these videos. So Carmilla's here, as you can see. She's hanging out today. She just took her afternoon bath. So she's all shiny and new, sloppy wet, made a mess behind me on the tray and in her cage and all over the floor. There's water everywhere, but you know, birds are messy animals if you're thinking about getting a pet. She is much messier than the cat. Sylvester's not here. He's sleeping in the bedroom right now. Okay, Capricorn, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to give this first deck one more shuffle, and then we're going to see what's up for Capricorn. Don't bite my ear. Here we go. Magician. 5 of Wands in reverse. Two of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles. Ace of Wands in reverse. Don't bite me. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The World in reverse. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Should you go in your cage? Maybe that's a good idea. She hung out on my shoulder the whole time I was doing a Sagittarius reading, and she pooped on me, of course. She tried to aim off my arm, but she, of course, it slid down my front of me and my arm and landed on the chair. And as I looked down there, I noticed there's another poop. There's always poop bombs going off in this house, constantly. Yuck. And she had a grape earlier today, so when she eats fruit, her poops are kind of moist. Just thought you needed to know that, Capricorn. I might as well share. Why not? Okay, so let's look at the cards and see what's going on for Capricorn. So there's definitely conflict in the air. We've got the 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands in reverse on the table. There's conflict in the air. It's possible you're dealing with a delay or a missed opportunity, or maybe you feel like things aren't progressing the way you want to, or maybe even things have come to a complete stop, or maybe you feel like you've missed out on an opportunity. But because of this conflict, there's definitely this sense that things aren't moving forward, or things aren't, progressing very smoothly, if at all. let's get some more cards on the table for Capricorn and see what else we get. Queen of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Magician. And then we have the Fool in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. Two of Cups in reverse. The Eight of Swords in reverse. King of Wands. Nine of Cups. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So I think this Queen of Swords and this King of Wands are two separate people or two separate energies. I think that this is the connection or relationship where there's some kind of conflict or dispute. This Queen of Swords is feeling pessimistic or doubtful or downright feeling very negative about the situation or feeling cautious. It's possible this person is not communicating at all. It's possible if there is communication with this Queen of Swords that she might be the one who's kind of perpetuating this conflict or this feeling that things are unsettled or not going anywhere. Because I think that she feels doubtful. She might be feeling cautious. She might be feeling concerned. She might be feeling, she's just got a lot of kind of negative energy coming off of her. I don't know if it's anger necessarily. It doesn't feel emotional to me. It feels more like some negative thoughts, negative thought patterns going through her head. If she's not communicating this, then she's dealing with this internally. And then we have this King of Wands. So the King of Wands is typically someone who is kind of like a natural born leader. This is somebody who is very creative and ambitious and can be aggressive. This is somebody who could be a boss, somebody who accepts responsibilities and can guide and organize other people or delegate responsibility to others. This is somebody that other people would look up to, would look to make decisions or call the shots. This can be a patriarch. This can be just somebody with that A-type personality who is ready to take action at a moment's notice. A fearless type of energy. But I feel like this person's kind of being held back. Maybe being influenced, possibly by this Queen of Swords and her energy. Maybe he is absorbing her, maybe some advice not to move forward with something, or maybe she's influencing him to hold back on something. Something's not quite right. There's a need to be cautious, need to think things through. Okay, so I need to get some more cards on the table. Ten of Pentacles. Two of Wands, again, but this time in the upright position. High Priestess in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Six of Pentacles again in the same set of cards in the upright. And the Nine of Cups again. Interesting. I love tarot cards. Absolutely love them. So we've got the Six of Pentacles with the World. I can't pick up all these cards. So the World in reverse is down here with these two. And the Five of Swords is down here with these two. Love it. Now I just need to figure out what it means. So what does this mean? So here's what I've got from this. There is a conflict present or an issue at hand because I think this King of Wands wants to take action regarding something, but it's going to influence or affect other people. The Ten of Pentacles out here, I feel like this could be something that will move towards a long-term goal for more than just this king. But the people surrounding him or persons that's associated with him is not ready for him to take action. And it's this Queen of Swords. She's not emotion. Now, I said she was leaving emotions out of it early, so maybe this is somebody different. This Queen of Cups. Okay, so this could be somebody different, or maybe it's her. This Queen of Swords might be speaking on behalf, or not speaking on behalf. But I think if she's communicating, she's expressing that it's not time to make a move yet, because not everybody wants this yet. Not everybody's ready for it. Nine of Cups indicates wish fulfillment, happiness on a personal level, something that you maybe really want that's for you and you alone. It's a very independent kind of card. Like I'm wish fulfillment on a personal level. Let's just put it that way. But there's something about this Nine of Cups, this wish fulfillment, that's creating conflict. And I have a feeling it's because somebody else who doesn't want this, whatever this is, and I feel like this Nine of Cups is this King of Wands energy. He wants something, or he wants to pursue something, or he wants to obtain something. He wants to make a move towards something. But this Queen of Cups feels like she's emotionally affected by it in a negative way. It's keeping him from moving forward with this. It could be that this Queen of Cups is this Queen of Swords, or it could be somebody different. If it's a different person, this person feels like if this king takes action with regard to this Nine of Cups, it's going to have a negative impact on this person if it hasn't already on an emotional level. So it could be that this is also this Queen of Swords, and so she is, again, it has this negative thought pattern, or could be perhaps speaking in a negative manner with regard to whatever this king is manifesting. could be asking him to take in a different path with regard to whatever this is he's manifesting for himself, because it's causing issues for somebody else that he's close to or connected to, or it could be that it's affecting other people, not just a single person. But it's causing some kind of disruption within at least one connection. This Queen of Cups. Whatever this is for this king. That he's with this Magician, I think that this is his energy as well. I get the sense that he is a leader in the sense that whatever decision or move he's making feels like it would affect other people, because I think he makes decisions on that level. So in other words, if he's a CEO of a company or something, the decisions he makes, of course, are going to trickle down and affect everybody who's involved in the company, right? I'm not saying this person is a CEO, but whatever he's doing will affect other people in that manner. Maybe a trickle down effect or something of that nature. Sorry, squirrel. Literally, there's a squirrel on my roof, and he is playing around in the gutter. That's funny. You know what? I'm easy to please. That was funny. I have a very simple sense of humor, and it bugs a lot of people, including my son, because I'll make a joke and laugh because, it's funny for me. And while the people around me are just annoyed or shaking their heads. But I don't necessarily, I'm not, telling the joke or enjoying the joke for other people. It's for myself. I'm greedy that way. I can't help it. Capricorn, let's get back to your reading, shall we? Let's see what else we get for Capricorn. All right. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. The Empress, interesting. The Magician again in reverse this time. Five of Wands again in reverse. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles again. In the upright position. King of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Nine of Cups for the third time, this time in reverse. Super interesting. Okay. So, we have a King and a Queen of Swords on the table. This King and Queen of Swords, I feel like are trying to influence this King of Wands with regard to a decision that he's making. And it's a decision with regard to something that he wants to manifest for himself. Some kind of wish fulfillment, some kind of Nine of Cups. However, this decision-making process is being delayed or hindered or halted altogether. I feel like there's this with the Knight of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, It just feels like things have been put on hold, or things just are not moving forward, or there's stagnation with regard to this decision, because whatever decision he makes is going to affect this Queen of Cups on an emotional level and in a negative way. So this King and Queen of Swords, I feel, are influencing this King of Wands. Maybe they are advisors, maybe they are friends or family members, but they are imposing upon this King this idea that the decision he's making will at least affect one other person in a negative way. And it could just be in the mind space. It could be just causing internal conflict. Maybe something that's not, this person's not even willing to talk about. It could be that it's going to cause some kind of grief that won't even be necessarily obvious or visible or known to this King of Wands. I think that this King of Wands thinks that whatever decision he's getting ready to make, or whatever he wants to do, would actually be a positive move in the right direction, but it feels like a big jump. It feels like a big leap. It feels like he thinks it's something that ultimately would help or move things forward for this Queen of Cups, but I don't think she's ready for it. And I think that's what is being expressed by this King and Queen. I think that this King he's moving toward or wants to make a decision that he feels would be beneficial or a positive move in the right direction, not just for himself, but for other people. But I think this Queen of Swords and this King of Swords are trying to impose upon this King that this Queen of Cups is not ready for it, or it's not going to benefit her because she's not mature enough, or she doesn't have the confidence, or there's something lacking with regard to this Queen of Cups, where she's not ready for this decision or this move or this action this King of Wands wants to take. This King of Wands might even be thinking, the people surrounding me don't even realize they want this. I want this, and they'll realize they want it too once they have it. In other words, if he takes action with regard to whatever this is he wants to do, it will put something into place that will then ultimately affect other people, including this Queen of Cups. And I think he thinks that the people that surround him that will be affected by this thing that he wants to manifest into his life, it will affect them in a positive manner. They just don't realize it yet. That type of thing. Like he might be saying, just wait and see, and you'll see that I'm right. I know this feels wrong right now. I know you don't feel like this is going to go well, or that it's going to have a positive outcome, but just wait and see. I'm right about this. He feels very confident about it. But he's not making any moves yet because he's being convinced or convinced otherwise by other people that are influential in his life. This King and Queen of Swords. Now, the King and Queen of Swords, I always say, could represent your higher self, for example. It doesn't have to be an actual 3D figure in your life, a family member or a friend that you're talking to. Could represent your own thought processes. So that's why I indicated it's possible this Queen of Swords is this Queen of Cups higher self, and this King of Swords could potentially be this King of Wands higher self. Just an option for some of you out there. This Empress to me is not necessarily indicating an actual person. To me this time it's indicating, I think, what this King of Wands is projecting into the future as a result of what he wants to move toward. Whatever action he wants to take or whatever he wants to manifest into his life. That's a projection of how he thinks it will affect this Queen of Cups. So here's our last round. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's the King of Wands again. Ten of Pentacles again. Three of Wands. Four of Wands in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. Interesting. The Hermit. And then Justice. So I think this Queen of Cups, her reaction to, or her feelings regarding whatever this King of Wands is going to do or wants to do, it's negative. It has a negative emotional impact upon her. I think that because it will have a negative emotional impact on this Queen of Cups, as a result, it will also impact this King of Wands, which I think is also represented by this King of Cups. So it would create some instability, in other words. It might break apart or cause this relationship to crumble, to lose its stability, to fall apart. There's definitely a sense that there would be some chaos as a result of whatever this is transpiring for this King of Wands. I hope this makes sense, Capricorn, because I'm speaking in general terms. So again, with the Nine of Cups, this could be anything. But I do, again, feel like this King of Wands, to a certain extent, his decisions that he makes affects other people. So he's in the process of making a decision, choosing a path, making a choice, but he's in his head about it because I think he thinks it's going to affect a person or the people in his life one way, and I think he's being told that's probably not the case. And specifically, this Queen of Swords feels like she is most influential in this situation. I think this King of Swords is as well. But I feel like this Queen of Swords has either a greater impact with regard to her communication or lack of communication versus this King of Swords, who I think has less patience. And when I say patience, what I mean is this King of Swords just feels, with him in the reverse, he's like, this is what you want. You're asking me for my opinion, I'm going to give you my opinion. This is what you want. It's not what everybody else wants. You get to make your own decisions, but be ready for a fight. If you make this decision for yourself and you manifest this into your life for yourself, it's going to cause conflict. And that's what you deserve. That's what you're going to get. So this King of Swords is a little bit harsh in nature when it comes to the way he is communicating to this King of Wands. And that's what I mean by him not having as much patience with regard to the communication. I feel, ouch! Well, that was unnecessary. Honestly. You know what? She took a chunk of my skin on my finger and just twisted. Like she was trying to pull it off. That was really mean. That was mean. She is something else. I'm telling you what, birds, this one at least, she's got an attitude. If she doesn't get her way, she's going to tell you about it. And she's going to let you know how she feels. She's not shy about sharing her opinion or her emotions. And I guess that can be a good thing in some cases. If you're the target of her unhappiness, it's not a good thing. And I often am. But you know what? She gets her way because she's a bird. Who am I? I'm just a human. Okay, Capricorn. So we're going to get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card and wrap this reading up. I think I've got the message pretty clear out of the set of cards. I think I've picked it apart pretty well. Trying to see if there's anything else I may have missed. You know, I'm also getting the sense too that this could be one of those situations where this King of Wands may have dreamed this up. You know how you see, sometimes you think about things and you come up with these great ideas and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is the greatest idea ever. I'm going to do this, and then you share it with somebody and their lackluster response all of a sudden has you thinking differently. Like, well, did you consider this? Did you think about this? Did you consider how this person might react? All of a sudden, you've got someone who's coming at it from a different perspective, and now your great idea doesn't seem so great anymore. That's what I've got from these cards. And I don't get the sense, I mean, the King of Wands is in the upright both times that he came out. He's got very persistent energy coming off of him. Like he really wants this, whatever this Nine of Cups is, he really wants this. So it's not necessarily that he's going to be convinced very easily not to make this move. I mean, when you embody the King of Wands energy and you're trying to make a decision for yourself, you know, it might be the emotional factor that influences you one way or the other. It may be something that he hadn't considered, the emotional piece of this, how it would affect him and other people on an emotional level with whatever this is that he wants. Anyway, as it stands, Capricorn, I don't feel like any decisions have been made. So I want to say again, I feel like I'm reading to a certain extent for this King of Wands because his energy is what I'm seeing in the cards most, more so than the other energies present. So if you're not this King of Wands, again, you could be represented by any of the other characters, or you could be an external party who is getting this reading because it's something that you're aware of. Maybe it affects you on some level. It does feel with the Ten of Pentacles coming out here twice. I'm going to take this card. That this could be a family matter, so it could be that you're associated with the situation because it might affect you. You might be one of the people where this decision that this king makes eventually will trickle down to you, that type of thing. So we have the Hero, which is the Knight of Wands, Knight of Fire. And I think this is going to represent this king's energy because ultimately, I think that this king, his intentions are very positive. This may be something that he feels that he wants, that this is something he really thinks would be good for not only for him, but I do think that he has good intentions with respect to other people. So I think that this card is going to represent his energy. I'm going to read this from the book and then we're going to wrap it up. And you're not going to sit here and bite my ear while I'm reading to distract me. The Knight of Wands in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot is all about taking action, making something happen, taking an idea and running with it, being the one who accepts the responsibility to go after, what you want or to make something happen, that kind of thing. There is a significantly more in-depth meaning in this Dreams of Gaia tarot deck. So I'll start. It's about 2 pages, so it's a little bit longer. So here we go, Capricorn. The hero represents someone we all admire for their noble qualities, their courage and willingness to champion and rescue the weak and vulnerable. In the past, the hero would ride in and save a village from thieves and villains, rescue damsels in distress, and battle against injustice. In the present, they are doctors who work to save lives in lands ravaged by war and disease. They are environmentalists who place themselves in harm's way in order to save the forest, the oceans, and the animals that dwell within. They are the soldiers, the firemen, the paramedics, and police, all of them ordinary people who serve and protect and often put their own lives at risk in order to save the lives of others. The hero could be the mother who jumps out of a burning building in order to save her child's life, the man who dives in front of a car in order to knock another person out of the way, or the man who risks drowning himself to rescue another from rushing floodwaters. In modern times, the hero is a guardian, a protector, savior, activist, environmentalist, and so much more. They serve without question. They serve for little or no reward. They serve simply because it is the right and honorable thing to do. They are ordinary people who perform extraordinary feats. In the past, the hero was often said to be fated to do his good deed. In the present, modern-day heroes make a choice to serve. But there is also a modern-day chivalric code that can, if we all choose to live by it, make heroes of us all. Because we constantly choose to live by an honor code in a time when honor is often lacking. Those who live by the code are honest. A person who lies is a person who cannot be trusted. And if a person cannot be trusted, how can they be esteemed? Sorry, I've got this burp working its way up, so I think I've dealt with it at this point in time. Those who live by the code are loyal, and that loyalty will not waver even in times when it may not be deserved. They are courteous and respectful. The modern-day hero who lives by the code knows that all lasting relationships are built upon foundations of honesty, trust, respect, and loyalty. They are men who honor and respect women not because they deem them to be weak, but because they are partners, helpmates, life-bringers, and nurturers. He is there to protect the one who nurtures. To harm a woman, or worse, a child, is the worst crime he can commit. They are women who honor and respect men not because they are subservient, but because they are equals, helpmates, providers, and protectors. She is the one who nurtures. To seek to make him less or like her is to go against nature itself. They are just and will fight for justice even when law and justice are in conflict. Those who live by the hero's code will fight to defend those who cannot defend themselves, even if that means breaking the laws of the land. They do not delight in the pain and suffering of others. They refuse to partake in gossip or rumors because to do so is to hurt oneself as much as it is to hurt another. Modern-day heroes believe in love, commitment, honor, justice, integrity, forgiveness, honesty, respect, and service. These are the core values that inspire them to serve the greater good and to act in a selfless manner. They strive to be the very best they can be for the good of humanity, but remain humble because they do not act in order to gain favor of standing. They also understand that no one is perfect. They are not perfect. They have made mistakes and will make more mistakes. This is why they will also show mercy and give others a second chance and the opportunity to find redemption. When the hero appears in your reading, you are being asked to embrace the code, to act selflessly for the greater good. It is time to be the best person you can be, to resist pettiness and behavior that makes you less than you could be. We cannot all perform heroic feats, nor are we all meant to. However, we can choose to hold ourselves to a higher standard and treat all those we meet with dignity, kindness, and compassion. There you go. So I maintain my opinion in that I think this is representing this King of Wands. I think he means well with regard to whatever this Nine of Cups is. I think it is a personal wish, but I also think it's a wish that and a decision that he's making with others in mind, with others' best interest in mind. However, I think he's being told that he's jumping the gun a little bit, that the time may not be right to manifest this because it's going to cause some hurt, some pain. Specifically, this Queen of Cups, who may or may not be aware of the situation. It's hard to tell if this person is aware of the decision-making process. And again, if this person is also represented by the Queen of Swords, she definitely knows, and she is trying to impose upon this king her perspective, which is not a positive one. It's not the time to make this move. So being the type of person that he is, and knowing that it could potentially affect other people on an emotional level, also affects him in the same way, and he might remove himself from this goal, at least for now. It feels like it could be a long-term thing. It feels like something he could certainly move toward in the future if he decides to leave this alone for a while until others are ready for it, or until the time is right. So that's what I've got for you, Capricorn. I hope that this reading was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe. If you feel like leaving a comment, I always appreciate that. Carmela says goodbye, and we will see you next time. Bye, Capricorn.